Sincere thanks to all our audience. To continue watching videos without ads, you can subscribe via the Gumroad link below the description. If you want to watch the latest free videos, you can visit ourdailyblog.com. If you continue to love and support us, you can donate to us via GiveSendGo or PayPal or Gumroad link below the description. God bless us all. Restored Republic via GCR, update as of March 15, 2026. The latest video will be shown earlier at the official website ourdailyblog.com. Judy note: President Donald J. Trump has declared a restoration of the American Republic by dissolving the privately owned by Satan-worshipping deep state bankers, U.S. Incorporated. Trump simply took away the cabal private bankers' confiscation of U.S. taxpayer dollars by invoking Article 2 of the Constitution, activating the gold/asset-backed global currency reset, and thereby returning taxpayer monies of all 209 participating BRICS alliance nations back to the people. Trump declared the United States fully sovereign under common law. No more admiralty law oppression, no more globalist chains dragging us into debt and war. The deep state grip has been broken. The true constitutional republic rises. On Friday, Bill and Hillary Clinton were arrested by Trump's global military alliance, flown to Gitmo, underwent separate tribunals, where both were convicted of treason, child trafficking and crimes against humanity and sentenced to hang within 72 hours. Now the global military alliance has announced that Benjamin Netanyahu has been killed in an Iranian raid. Netanyahu was said to house the Vatican's child sex trafficking ring in Israeli underground tunnels, plus promoted continual war against Israelis through the Zionism movement. The ties of child sex trafficking to global elites like the Clintons and Netanyahu should not be a surprise to anyone following President Trump's global military alliance. Global currency reset and restored republic. Back on Wednesday, July 25, 2018, I wrote this story about the Clinton child sex trafficking network. We knew all about the Clintons and Netanyahu back then 8 years ago. Clinton child sex trafficking network uncovered. A Clinton child sex trafficking network, whose elite supporters were believed to include Hollywood stars and prominent politicians, face unsealing of federal indictments, most of which were believed to concern child sex offenders. Over the past year, multi-thousands of sealed indictments have been filed in every state of the union. Charges have also been filed that indicated years of cover-up of Clinton child pedo crimes through use of the FBI, CIA, Department of Justice, mainstream media, Twitter, Google, and YouTube. A March 30, 2017 NBC News report claimed that the then Secretary of State Hillary Clinton had shut down an investigation into an elite pedophile ring in the State Department in order to protect the careers of high-ranking officials. NBC News: Hillary Clinton covered up pedophile ring at State Department. Judy note: this video, like most links in this article, has long since disappeared from the internet. I kept the links in here to show that they once existed. In contrast to Clinton's cover-up, on February 24, 2017 President Trump announced a federal investigation into the elite pedophile scandal involving human trafficking, promising to put an end to the horrific, really horrific crimes taking place. Evidence appeared to indicate that not only the Clintons, but Mueller, Comey, Clapper, Podesta, Rosenstein, Rice, Biden, Strzok and others in the Department of Justice, FBI and CIA were linked to child sex trafficking, torture and murder under a sophisticated structure that included extensive cover-up of their crimes. Robert Mueller buried pedo-child crimes by Clinton state dept. A singular case blew open this week that was said to involve Clinton's international child sex abuse trafficking network, cartel links, Washington, D.C. politicians and hundreds of Hollywood stars accused of child sex crimes as led by the NXIVM sex cult. It implicated major businesses such as Seagram's Liquor Company. Dropped first Rico Clinton Hollywood D.C. NXIVM child sex charges, Allison Mack. On July 24, 2018 Seagram heiress Claire Bronfman was arrested over various crimes connected to Hollywood Allison Mack's Smallville NXIVM cult that included Montana's Senator John Tester. The indictment also named as defendants the cult's president, Nancy Salzman, her daughter Lawrence Salzman and bookkeeper Kathy Russell. Prosecutors claimed a racketeering conspiracy and other crimes kept the sex ring going, extracting free labor out of victims and sexual services for leader Keith Raniere. Seagram heiress Claire Bronfman arrested in connection with creepy sex cult tied to Smallville actress Child sex trafficking cover-up by the Clintons appeared to go back to at least 2013 when NBC News reported that Robert Mueller buried pedo-child crimes of Clinton's State Department while Hillary Clinton shut down a pedophile investigation. The Clintons were well known for pedophilia among CIA mind control victims. Back in 1995, Kathy O'Brien published Transformation of America. In it, O'Brien claimed that as a 16-year-old CIA mind control victim, both Bill and Hillary sexually abused and tortured her. More recently, Sarah Ruth Ashcraft, who claimed to be a mind-controlled sex doll bought and sold by Hollywood pedo elites including Tom Hanks, mentioned Hillary Clinton as one of her childhood perpetrators in this July 25, 2018 video. The New York police found something a whole lot worse about Clinton, if that's possible, on Anthony Weiner's laptop. A folder called Life Insurance was said to contain a film that showed Hillary and her assistant Huma Aberdeen sexually assaulting, raping and torturing a preteen girl to death. What's in the emails is staggering, and as a father, it turned my stomach, the NYPD chief said. We have copies of everything. We will ship them to WikiLeaks, or I will personally hold my own press conference if it comes to that. It was well known that there were at least 26 times that Bill Clinton flew on convicted pedophile Jeffrey Epstein's Lolita Express to visit pedophile island in the Bahamas, plus Hillary visited there at least 6 times. The island had been extensively designed for elite satanic worshippers where children were believed used as fodder for sex and murder rites. On April 14, 2018, structures above and secret chambers below this island were destroyed using military-grade war explosives. Destruction was done, it was assumed, to erase evidence of child abuse, though at least one video of children sitting naked in a tunnel was safe. Ex-CIA investigator Robert David Steele claimed that an informant from the graphics department of the State Department said that they were not allowed to portray anything regarding child trafficking within the U.S. He felt that there were too many Obama holdovers in government who were working for the deep state against Trump and his war on child sex trafficking. Steele also claimed that when Hillary Clinton was Secretary of State she wouldn't appoint an inspector general, so no investigations of missing immigrant children happened then either. Hillary Clinton emails on Benghazi and what was thought to be an international child trafficking pedophilia ring known as Pizzagate or Pedogate were found by Seth Rich prior to the 2016 presidential elections. Rich, an employee of the Democratic National Committee, turned the emails over to WikiLeaks, where they were exposed to the public. On July 10, 2016, Rich was fatally shot after attending a party where he was said to talk about the emails and just prior to his congressional testimony on Clinton. Other news of Sunday, March 15, 2026: As terror threats have emerged across the country, the very agency tasked with preventing and responding to those threats remains shut down because Democrats have chosen to protect criminal illegal aliens over hard-working Americans. Judge James Boasberg, who oversees the FISA court and approved the illegal surveillance of Trump in 2016, just told the President of the United States that he was not allowed to look inside the books of the privately owned by Satan-worshipping bankers Federal Reserve Board, that prints your money and spends taxpayer dollars. $9.7 trillion had moved through the Fed's emergency lending programs between 2008 and 2023. No audit. No oversight. No names. Trump wanted to know what happened to the taxpayers' $9.7 trillion and was told no. The CIA hid the cancer cure and Johns Hopkins Hospital has had the patent for the prevention and treatment of cancer tumors since October 1950. They also hid inexpensive anti-parasitic drugs that were known to cure cancer. Why? The medical cartels, Bayer, AstraZeneca, Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, Roche and Merck make $225 billion/year on drugs that do not cure cancer. Possible timing: Friday, March 13, 2026. The detonation sequence from March 13 has triggered the global ignition phase of the global currency reset. QFS nodes are stabilizing under gold-backed parity while Starlink begins aligning communication grids for full system override. The old world is running on borrowed seconds. On Saturday, March 14, 2026, the US, Canada, UK, Germany, and Australia began transitioning NISARA/JAZARA funds into the quantum financial system as part of the global currency reset. On Monday, March 16, 2026, the 10 Days of Darkness protocol will officially activate according to classified military bulletins. During that window, all media frequencies will be seized and rerouted through the emergency broadcast system. Traditional television, radio, and online platforms will fall silent as Starlink takes command. The purpose is not suppression. It is revelation. For the first time in modern history, humanity will witness uncensored truth. Broadcasts, evidence of corruption, hidden tribunals, secret programs, and the full collapse of the fiat empire. Banking networks have already begun limited shutdowns in Europe and the United States. Central servers are being mirrored onto the quantum grid. Every hidden fund and false reserve is being indexed for public audit once the blackout ends. Behind the curtain, governments are surrendering. Negotiations for peaceful transition are underway in over 50 nations as QFS Command assumes control of state liquidity. The era of debt-based governance is finished. During the 10 days, expect silence, then light. The documentaries prepared under military supervision will expose everything the cabal built in darkness. Names, operations, financial trails, all revealed through quantum evidence stored since 2020. The event will be global and irreversible. When the blackout lifts, humanity will awaken to a system cleansed of manipulation, powered by truth, and guided by divine law. The countdown to March 16 has begun. The blackout will not bring fear, it will bring freedom. The golden age starts the moment the lights go out. B Global Currency Reset Saturday, March 14, 2026. The global currency reset to gold/asset-backed currencies worldwide was happening right now. Those foreign currency and ZIM bond holders in Tier 4B, us, the Internet Group, should watch for emails from Wells Fargo that will tell you how to set up your foreign currency exchange/ZIM bond redemption appointments. Tier 4B ISO 20022 on Telegram. See Saturday, March 14, 2026. Breaking. First wave of NISR/GCR activation. United States, Canada, United Kingdom, Germany and Australia are now being reported as the first nations entering the initial phase of the NISR/GCR transition. Tier 4B ISO 20022 on Telegram as of 4 o'clock EET on Saturday, March 14, 2026. Multiple channels claim that gold and asset-backed currencies have been activated, signaling the beginning of a major shift in the global financial architecture. Quantum Financial System, QFS, interfaces are said to be updating in real time. Legacy fiat structures are reportedly being phased out. Rainbow currencies and asset-backed units are appearing across internal banking displays. Personal financial profiles are synchronizing with the new ledger, while illegitimate debts are being cleared from the system. Financial observers describe this moment as the opening stage of a worldwide monetary reset, where transparency, asset backing, and quantum secured transactions replace the legacy banking framework. The transition has begun. The golden age era is now unfolding. Saturday, March 14, 2026. Setting up your new quantum financial system, QFS, wallet, bank account, NISR and GCR connected on Telegram. The quantum financial system is worldwide. QFS wallets, bank accounts, are for citizens of different nations across the globe. GCR funds are worldwide. NISR funds are for the United States citizens. April 1, 2026 is not symbolic. It is operational. After that, the system does not pause. It advances. From this point forward, everything moves by verification, not by noise. Once QFS sovereign wallet appointments begin, expected after April 1, 2026, there will be no public announcements, no open invitations, and no explanations repeated twice. If you are approved to set up your personal QFS sovereign wallet, you will be contacted directly. If you are not, you will not hear anything at all. That silence will not be a mistake. It will be confirmation. I am seeing final alignment taking place now between U.S. Treasury routing systems and QFS settlement nodes. This is the last technical layer before GCR/NISR funds are fully released. Legacy banking systems are already being bypassed. Some institutions will appear operational on the surface, but their authority is gone. What matters now is quantum verification, not bank access. At your appointment, no cash will be handed out. No paper checks. No transfers through old rails. You will be in full control of your assets through your sovereign QFS wallet, and you will decide how funds are allocated, protected, and deployed. Advisors will be present to assist, but the authority remains with you. You are allowed to bring support with you to your appointment. Advisors, legal contacts, trusted associates. This is not secrecy. This is precision. Everything is designed to ensure clarity and protection at the moment value changes hands. There will be resistance. I am already seeing it. Delays, misinformation, false narratives, fake portals. Ignore them. The system is secure. The ledger is immutable. Everything that is legitimate will come through official encrypted channels only. Stay calm. Stay focused. Stay ready. We are past the edge now. The redistribution is underway. Judy note, we have been told that Wells Fargo, which is owned by the Chinese elders, the ones who own the gold behind the global currency reset, will send out emails to currency and bondholders worldwide telling them how to set redemption and exchange appointments. It is advised to exchange your foreign currency at an official redemption center, RC, rather than a bank. You can only redeem ZIM at RC, the dinar contract rate can only be given at RC, and banks will offer you lower exchange rates than what you can obtain at RC. It was my understanding that most banks were under control of the cabal and would soon play a different role in a global financial system. They would no longer have control over your personal money account, only you would. G2s. March 10, 2026 bombshell announcement, President Trump declares restoration of the American Republic, U.S. Incorporated dissolved, common law sovereignty returns. Mr. Pool on Telegram. Patriots, the storm has hit and it's magnificent. President Donald J. Trump has invoked Article 2 to declare the United States fully sovereign under common law once more. The fake foreign-controlled U.S. Incorporated is finished, dissolved, dead, gone forever. No more Admiralty law oppression, no more globalist chains dragging us into debt and war. The deep state grip is broken, the true constitutional republic rises triumphant. This is no mere rhetoric, it's a binding declaration of authority and summons from Trump as Commander-in-Chief. He's seizing full control, sidelining the corrupt swamp and directing the military via the Uniform Code of Military Justice. Every flag officer is oath-bound to obey lawful orders from the legitimate president. No more excuses, no divided allegiances. The military now serves we the people through Trump, not the treasonous corporate facade. Under common law sovereignty, grounded in God given rights and original founding truths, Trump exercises his prerogative to summon leaders, affirm real authority, and rebuild national defense. This resets America to the founders' vision: no commercial enslavement, no hidden British shadows, just pure liberty. All flag officers are ordered to convene in Virginia, the Republic's sacred cradle, for immediate realignment. This is full military mobilization to restore loyalty and eliminate globalist remnants. The timeline is set, orders issued, clock running. Unity under true command is happening now. Foreign-tied overseas bases and Commonwealth-linked tops. They're being shut down or reclaimed for America. No more secret outposts serving alien masters, no covert pacts bleeding us dry. Trump is smashing the centuries-old crown chokehold on trade and power. And the military reset locks it down. This fulfills Trump's sacred oath to defend the Constitution, protect the people, and preserve the Republic. Every officer and servant must choose, stand with the restored Republic or stand exposed as oath breakers. The line is drawn, no more shadows, no two Americas. One Republic. One Commander-in-Chief. One law, common law. Quanons, white hats, digital warriors, this is our victory moment. The debt-based, deception-driven U.S. Incorporated fraud is overthrown. Military mobilizes under Trump's unbreakable command. Deep state cabal legally crushed, illusions collapsing. Freedom surges back, the Republic is back, sovereign, unbreakable. We witness history, true American Republic restored. Patriots win. God bless President Trump, our military, and the sovereign United States of America. Wars, Wars and More Wars. Saturday, March 14, 2026. Moments ago, at my direction, the United States Central Command executed one of the most powerful bombing raids in the history of the Middle East, and totally obliterated every military target in Iran's crown jewel, Karg Island. Iran has no ability to defend anything that we want to attack. There is nothing they can do about it, President Donald J. Trump said. March 14, 2026. Iran says it is now going to make sure no oil that benefits the United States or Israel passes through the Strait of Hormuz, warning that such shipments will be blown up immediately. Iran says the world should prepare for $200 per barrel oil as it goes on the offensive and will strike anything that benefits the United States or Israel. You will not be able to artificially lower the price of oil. Saturday, March 14, 2026. On Piers Morgan, Professor Zhang exposes the terrifying eschatological agenda driving the war. He details how secret societies are orchestrating the collapse of the American empire to build the Greater Israel Project, an AI surveillance state, and usher in the end times. Who would have thought we would ever see this on mainstream outlets? Military Tribunals I. Saturday, March 14, 2026. Red alert at Naval Station Norfolk. Armed breach targets military tribunal facility. Ezra A. Cohen on Telegram. A serious security incident unfolded at Naval Station Norfolk after armed operatives attempted to breach a secure U.S. military tribunal complex, triggering an immediate response from Marine security units and military police. According to security reports, the coordinated operation involved multiple armed teams, cyber interference, and stolen federal credentials. The attackers attempted to penetrate restricted areas where high-level tribunal proceedings and classified evidence storage were underway. The breach began at a maintenance access gate, where a compromised identification badge belonging to a missing civilian contractor was used to gain entry. Once inside the perimeter, the attackers attempted to jam communications, disable surveillance cameras, and interfere with electronic security systems. Their main targets were Tribunal Rooms 3 and 4, where hearings tied to financial crimes, intelligence-related cases, and international trafficking investigations were reportedly taking place. Security response of the situation escalated when Marine Fast Fleet Anti-Terrorism Security Team units intercepted one of the groups moving toward the tribunal corridor. A brief exchange of fire occurred before the attackers retreated toward the stairwell. Other teams attempted to reach evidence archives and detainee transfer corridors, but a manual lockdown system sealed key sections of the complex before sensitive materials could be accessed. Military personnel eventually neutralized or detained several attackers, while others attempted to flee the installation. Local law enforcement assisted in intercepting escape routes around the Norfolk area. What they were targeting, investigators believe the operation aimed to disrupt tribunal proceedings and destroy critical evidence stored inside the facility. Devices recovered from suspects included encrypted drives, communication jammers, and equipment designed to destroy digital records. Officials say the targeted evidence included recorded witness testimony, classified financial ledgers, communications tied to international networks, sealed whistleblower depositions, digital archives from prior investigations. Some defendants connected to these cases had reportedly agreed to cooperate with investigators, making protection of the evidence a key priority. Lockdown and investigation. Following the breach, the tribunal zone was placed under emergency military lockdown, with additional security forces deployed across the base. Navy surveillance assets monitored surrounding areas for possible accomplices. Forensic teams are now analyzing malware traces, seized devices, and communication logs linked to the attackers. Early findings suggest the operation required advanced planning and insider knowledge of facility systems. Tribunals continued despite the attempted disruption. Officials confirmed that tribunal proceedings will continue under heightened security. Military commanders described the incident as one of the most serious attempted breaches of a U.S. military justice facility in recent years, emphasizing that protecting evidence and witnesses remains the top priority as the investigation continues. Guru Information and Intel J. Saturday, March 14, 2026. Boom. The Patriots are rising as 107, Michael Jocko and Sheila Holm expose the shattering truth in their March 14, 2026 roundtable. 107 on Telegram. Trump is dismantling Britain's iron grip on global affairs, severing their puppet strings from Iran to Israel. Since his bold moves in September 2025, Trump has declared the state of Israel free from foreign meddling, leaving Bibi Netanyahu aligned with true sovereignty. Britain's Prime Minister flounders, refusing aid in the Hormuz Straits, only to be told, "We don't need you." Lloyd's of London, once the cabal's powerhouse controlling America, Canada, Australia, and beyond, crumbles under Trump's precision strikes. Greenland stands sovereign, troops withdrawn under threat of total tariffs, the chains are breaking. Shocking. This is the Second Revolutionary War, patriots. Britain retains hidden rights to throne Jerusalem via the Balfour Declaration, but Trump's genius exposes the Zionist bankers' schemes. Zelensky's betrayal in 2025, fleeing to Britain after ditching Trump's ceasefire, fueled needless deaths. Now escalation threats fade as Trump crushes the City of London's ties to China and Iran. No boots on ground in Iran. B-2 bombers soar 36 hours non-stop, obliterating threats with surgical accuracy. The Revolutionary Guard's empire, built on secret UK properties worth billions, topples as Mujtaba Khomeini hides in fear. King Charles's alleged Islam conversion. Just more deep state desperation. Alert. Financial Armageddon looms, 85% of U.S. bond fraud ties to schools, dooming 600 banks by 2027. Post-2008 stress tests forced 60% cash in worthless bonds, balloon payments unpayable even with county-wide taxes. Hyperinflation echoes Weimar, but Trump vows honest money, gold and silver reset, ending the Fed's fiat scam from London's Roman walls. IRS abolished, external tariffs fund the republic. Property taxes skyrocket 40% in Colorado. The hijack ends now. Schools, indoctrination hubs run by non-citizen superintendents linked to Spanish intelligence, face extinction. LAUSD and Ohio scandals reveal Mexico's remote control via Spain, all exposed. Patriots awake. Election fraud as weapon of mass destruction hits 71 nations, puppeteering leaders via Venezuela, China, Serbia. Trump's 17-page executive order, ready by April 2026, declares national emergency. Military oversight, no machines, paper ballots, ID only. Tina Peters' freedom mid Colorado demos, her 2024 evidence seals fates. John Brannon's arrest imminent, treason straight to Gitmo, earth-shattering. Grand juries indict on 2024 manipulations, Senators Biden votes in 2020. 93 face treason trials. Return to factory settings, 2-year terms, state-picked senators, no midterms. Yo-yo. SES and IG, Carter's deep state tools, dismantled. The storm is here. Albert Pike's Luciferian plans for world wars shatter under Trump's peace deals, Congo stabilized, Middle East transformed. Jubilee begins July 5, 2026, 50th day post July 4, restoring lands, crushing debts. Trump's 777 destiny signals divine victory, 5th Jubilee renews America. White Hat's control, the Great Awakening surges. Cabal trembles as Trump presides over bankruptcy reset, making patriots whole. Where we go one, we go all, fight on. Medbeds K. Saturday, March 14, 2026. The acceleration continues. What was once a trickle has become a flood. Global medbed deployment has surged to 80.4% operational capacity. In the last 24 hours alone, 412 new units activated across priority grids. The self-replication rate has exceeded all alliance projections by 340%. Trump Tier 4B activated on Telegram overnight intelligence, 0000-20600 Zulu. Operation Silent Thunder Phase 2 initiated at 0317 GMT. Space Force medical convoys crossed into 12 new territories under full escort protection. The cabal's remaining blockade points have been systematically neutralized. No resistance reported. Leaked deployment manifest, source, Zurich Node Gamma 3, Denver Mega Center, now housing 14,200 active beds, 97% operational. Swiss Alps Nexus, expanded to 18,000 beds, 94% operational. Pine Gap, Australia, 9,100 beds, 91% operational. New Dubai Quantum Hub, 6,500 beds, came online at 0445 Zulu. Convoy tracking update, Route Titan 8, 234 Mark X Prometheus units crossed into South America. Destination, underground facility beneath Patagonian mountains. Route Apex 11, emergency deployment, 178 units airlifted to Southeast Asian coordinates. Civilian pre-registration now open for Batch Gamma participants. Route Sentinel 5, European grid expansion, 312 units distributed across Poland, Czech Republic, and Hungary overnight. Priority code activation sequence D57H-E-A-L, is now live. Cross-reference with QFS Node 14 for humanitarian wallet verification. If your sovereign ID contains 2, 6, or 8, your appointment window opens in 36 hours. This information will not be repeated. Financial warfare escalation. Big Pharma index collapsed another 11.2% at market close yesterday. Emergency board meetings reported at Pfizer, Moderna, and Johnson & Johnson. Insider sources confirm mass document shredding at 3 corporate headquarters. They are destroying evidence. It will not save them. The grid expands. The countdown continues. The healing approaches. 57 days remain. Tomorrow's drop, leaked Phase 4 activation coordinates, 250-plus cities revealed with appointment scheduling codes. L. Save the Children. Saturday, March 14, 2026. 74 young boys were fed radiation for breakfast, then labeled morons, a part of CIA mind control that U.S. taxpayers paid for. What we think we know as of Sunday, March 15, 2026. Saturday, March 14, 2026. Israel is last. Checkmate, checkmate. Explosive revelations. 107, Michael Jocko and Sheila Holm unmasked the deep state's collapse, elections, fraud, and imminent arrests. Saturday, March 14, 2026. Israel is last. Benjamin Netanyahu has been removed. Mr. Pool on Telegram. Sat. 14th of March 2026. Republican leaders on C-SPAN, as terror threats have emerged across the country. The very agency tasked with preventing and responding to those threats remains shut down because Democrats have chosen to protect criminal illegal aliens over hardworking Americans. Friday, March 13, 2026. Democrats funneled $6 billion of taxpayer money to a conglomerate of United Nations agencies and over 200 N.G.O.s to facilitate the overthrow of the Constitutional Republic of the United States. 10 Days of Darkness on Telegram. Sat. March 14, 2026. Secretary of State Marco Rubio announces that the United States has ended all aid to Somalia. Dan Scavino on Telegram. Sat. March 14, 2026. Fox News. California is being required to return over $1 billion in federal healthcare funds spent on services for undocumented migrants, according to federal audits. Saturday, March 14, 2026. Fox News breaking. Tom Homan just revealed Minnesota counties are letting ICE into the jails to arrest illegals. Unprecedented cooperation is now happening. They caved. Illegals are being arrested instead of being released into Minnesota. This is huge. Tom Homan did it. On Friday, March 13, 2026, Senator Chuck Schumer accidentally revealed that the real reason he doesn't want the Save America Act passed, it would purge voter rolls of illegal or ineligible voters. Democrats want to make illegals their new voting base. Saturday, March 14, 2026. A new Epstein file revealed that Jeffrey Epstein said he was backing ISIS through U.S.-Israeli proxies. As Paul Harvey would say, and now you know the rest of the story. GCR on Telegram. Sat. March 14, 2026. Surprise, surprise. Boom. U.S. government, via FAA, NASA and NOAA, officially admits to spraying chemicals, manipulating weather, and altering Earth's atmosphere. Sat. March 14, 2026. Vigano versus the Deep Church, excommunicated for exposing hell. He named them. They erased him. Saturday, March 14, 2026. Explosive. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent unleashes whistleblower war on deep fraud. Patriots can earn up to 30% for exposing corruption. Saturday, March 14, 2026. Shocking corruption. Federal judge blocks grand jury from investigating Federal Reserve. Piro explodes, demands impeachment. CIA, Johns Hopkins Hospital hid cure for cancer. Saturday, March 14, 2026. Johns Hopkins Hospital has had the patent for mebendazole polymorph for the treatment and prevention of tumors for a long time. This was suppressed because the cancer industry makes $225 billion/year on their profitable designer drugs. The pharmaceutical liars hate you. White hats on Telegram. Saturday, March 14, 2026. CIA admits cancer and parasites are biologically similar. Johns Hopkins hid inexpensive anti-parasitic drugs to cure cancer. The medical cartels, Bayer, AstraZeneca, Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, Roche and Merck own the cancer industry. The White House on Telegram. Saturday, March 14, 2026. A brave independent lab tested 5 common childhood vaccines and every single one came back positive for glyphosate, the toxic, cancer-causing ingredient found in Roundup. The hidden truth on Telegram. These vaccines showed contamination across the entire board. The MMR vaccine had levels 25x higher than all the others, likely because its live virus vaccine stabilized with 25% gelatin from pigs fed GMO grains heavily sprayed with glyphosate. They're directly injecting carcinogens into our children, bypassing natural defenses while big pharma and the corrupt system push their tyrannical mandates. Saturday, March 14, 2026. Bombshell expose. CIA buried parasite-like cancer cure since 1951. Declassified file proves they knew all along and let millions die for profit. Charlie Ward and friends on Telegram. Patriots, wake up, the veil is tearing wide open right now in March 2026. A declassified CIA document straight from 1951 has exploded across the truth community, revealing the deep state's darkest medical secret: cancer isn't some random mutation, it behaves exactly like a parasitic invasion, and they had cheap, effective treatments that could have ended the suffering decades ago. But the CIA stamped it confidential, locked it away, and handed the keys to Big Pharma's trillion-dollar death machine. This isn't speculation. This is official CIA intelligence from February 1951, summarizing explosive Soviet research published in Perota Journal, October 1950. Professor V.V. Alpatov laid it bare: malignant tumors and endoparasites, those hidden worms living inside us, share shocking biochemical twins. Both hoard glycogen abnormally. Both hijack the host's resources, both suppress the immune system like pros, both thrive in low oxygen chaos, and, here's the kill shot, both drop dead when hit with anti-parasitic compounds. The report highlights how tumor cells, just like parasites, couldn't utilize certain nucleic acids after treatment, halting replication cold. One Soviet tested agent, Mirasil-D, smashed bilharzia parasites and showed clear destructive power against cancerous tumors in lab settings. This wasn't fringe, it was documented science showing tumors act parasitically and respond to parasite killers. So what did the CIA do with this game changer? They classified it, buried it in vaults, and never breathed a word to the public or medical world. Why? Because a simple, dirt-cheap fix would have obliterated the Rockefeller stranglehold on modern medicine and starved Big Pharma's chemo-radiation empire that's raked in hundreds of billions while families watched loved ones rot in agony. Think about it, Enans, for over 70 years they've pushed poison pills, burning rays, and false hope, all while the answer sat in a CIA file room. Fenbendazole, ivermectin, mebendazole, these anti-parasitics are now quietly saving stage 4 warriors who discover the truth the system tried to erase. The metabolic pathways overlap perfectly, disrupt microtubules, starve glucose uptake, trigger apoptosis, cancer cells collapse just like worms. This document screams suppression on a genocidal scale. How many grandmothers, fathers, children could have lived full lives instead of being sacrificed on the altar of greed? The deep state didn't just hide a cure, they engineered a holocaust of silence. Cancer isn't incurable, it's been deliberately kept that way. The file is public now on the CIA's own reading room. Go read it, verify it, weaponize it. They can't stuff this genie back in the bottle. The awakening is here, and the medical cabal is panicking. Share this everywhere before the censors swarm. The white hats are dropping truth bombs, and this one is nuclear. They knew. They hit it. They profited while we buried our own. No more. The storm is upon them, and justice for the millions is coming fast. WWG1G. Medicaid fraud Q. Saturday, March 14, 2027. Fox News. Medicaid fraud California, holy crap. Hundreds of millions of dollars in Medicare fraud was just uncovered by Fox in California. 76,000 claims worth $600 million was billed to taxpayers under one 87-year-old doctor's name. Several hospice centers are listed under the one doctor's name in the Los Angeles area, but the doctor doesn't even live in the state. He lives in Las Vegas. The amount of fraud is absolutely mind-blowing, and the politicians who enable it need to start being charged. Gavin Newsom is a failure. Voter fraud. Saturday, March 14, 2026. The global election fraud cartel started in Venezuela. The target was the United States, and the rest is history. President Chavez expressed that with their project, one day they would place a president in the United States as well. Former head of security for Hugo Chavez, Edward Snowden on Telegram. Saturday, March 14, 2026, foreign interference played an enormous role in the stolen 2020 election, as well as others. The production of fake IDs and ballots to produce voters is just one of many of the massive intrusions in our elections, as well as remote access, foreign servers, and machines built with compromised electronics, giving backdoor access to alter election outcomes. The writing is on the wall, the Trumpist on Telegram government fraud s. Friday, March 13, 2026. Today a federal judge blocked Trump from investigating the Federal Reserve. Mr. Poole, final chapter. Read that again. A judge just told the President of the United States he is not allowed to look inside the books of the institution that prints your money. Why? What's in those books that a federal judge would risk his entire career to protect? Here's what happened in the last 72 hours. Trump's DOJ issued subpoenas to Jerome Powell and the Federal Reserve Board. First time in history. They wanted transaction records from 2009 to 2024. Within hours, Judge James Boasberg stepped in and blocked everything. Called it government overreach. The same Judge Boasberg, who oversees the FISA court. The same court that approved the illegal surveillance of Trump in 2016. The same judge. The same system. Protecting the same people. $9.7 trillion moved through the Fed's emergency lending programs between 2008 and 2023. No audit. No oversight. No names. Trump wanted the names. They said no. Now ask yourself, while the judge was protecting the Fed, what else happened? 200 Marines deployed to the Middle East. 9 drone strikes hit the UAE. 50,000 U.S. troops now in the region. The KC-135 shot down. 2 terror attacks on American soil. All in the same week the president tried to open the Fed's books. Coincidence? The Fed isn't a government institution. It's a private bank owned by families whose names appear in the same files Trump has been unsealing since January. Epstein's files. Soros's accounts. Obama's transfers. They all lead to the same building on Constitution Avenue. Trump told the Joint Chiefs on March 11, "The war isn't overseas. The war is on Constitution Avenue." The bombs falling on Tehran are destroying the offshore accounts. The subpoenas are targeting the onshore accounts. They blocked one. They can't block both. Falling crown. Phase 5 is the Federal Reserve. The judge bought them days. Not weeks. Not months. Days. They blocked the subpoenas. They activated sleeper cells. They hit a tanker. They attacked a synagogue. All to protect one building. It won't be enough. The latest video will be shown earlier at the official website ourdailyblog.com. Sincere thanks to all our audience. To continue watching videos without ads, you can subscribe via the Gumroad link below the description. If you want to watch the latest free videos, you can visit ourdailyblog.com. If you continue to love and support us, you can donate to us via GiveSendGo or PayPal or Gumroad link below the description. God bless us all.